Salutations everybody, it is Matty here today with a discussion on The Outer Worlds. If you have yet to check it out, the link in the description will lead you to my in-depth analysis for The Outer Worlds announcement trailer, so do give that a look. But I wanted to make sure I knocked off the checklist, fanboy a ton in a discussion video, so let's get started with the punchline that was really tied to this game when my friends and I engaged in discussion after the Game Awards. And it's that The Outer Worlds is everything I hoped Starfield would be. Now, I believe the reason this started coming up was because during the announcement trailer for this game, shade was clearly thrown when they said the creators of Fallout, developers of New Vegas. They could have mentioned so many of the other great games in the lineup of Obsidian titles they have, like KOTOR 2, South Park The Stick of Truth, Tyranny, the Pillars of Eternity series, but the sizzle line they wanted to deliver on was creators of Fallout and developers of New Vegas. And so I got a feeling there they were kind of trying to stick it to Bethesda, like, nope, we didn't touch 76. Anyway, this whole video is not designed to take away from what Starfield could be, but as Bethesda Game Studios made the promises of, hey, we're trying something different with 76, and when we go back with Starfield, it's what you expect from us. It's single player role playing, it's going to be a focus on storytelling, and it's more so here that I know I'm getting exactly what I want, which is a focus on role-playing from Obsidian here. Whenever I thought of Starfield, the mental images that came up were that of what I saw in The Outer Worlds. Nice, condensed locations to explore, companions, a silent protagonist, a dialogue tree, funny dialogue options, interesting looking characters, solid combat, but it's not clearly the entire focus of the game. What makes The Outer Worlds all the more exciting is the last few years we've seen Obsidian dabble a lot in isometric games between Pillars of Eternity and Tyranny. They are not by any means bad titles, but a lot of us began to wonder, is Obsidian going to head back into the 3D realm of things? Are they going to start making games like Fallout New Vegas, like Alpha Protocol again? That was a big concern for folks before The Outer Worlds was revealed, is Obsidian going to make just another isometric game that has a AAA backing this time perhaps? And fortunately they are not. They're going back to a place that a lot of us wanted to see them try it again. I am so encouraged by the dialogue system in this game. There were dumb options, there was an intimidate option, there's skill checking. This is exactly the perfect evolution from New Vegas that I think so many fans have been waiting for. There is clearly a player base that is thirsty for a title like this, and I cannot stress that enough. We see so much emphasis in the industry on live services, on trying to just grab as much cash from you as possible. And often there is a group of gamers that's forgotten that just wants a nice single player, character driven RPG, which is what The Outer Worlds offers. When you look at the last year and a half with two pretty big RPG disappointments when it comes to Mass Effect Andromeda and also Fallout 76, while Fallout 76 is more of a looter shooter, the series name it's tied to kind of enhances some of that disappointment. Folks are looking for some world they can sink their teeth into where they can just make choices and see the repercussions of that, which is something that the trailer really tries to sell. And even in the gameplay you're watching right now, you'll notice that there are conversations that are had between the player and the characters around them, and Haynes will react to things. You get a feeling like situations can go a million different ways. This is the type of stuff that I feel we were looking for, and as I was trying to wrap this all back to, this is what I was hoping Starfield could become. Now, we haven't seen Starfield yet, we really don't know anything about it, so who knows? But when we talked about sci-fi RPGs, exploring the galaxy, role-playing, this is what I was really hoping to see. And while I don't like hype in this form because I feel it's very short-term and almost reactionary, I feel like after Fallout 76, it left me really wanting for a world to engage me, choices to make, something to fully absorb me as a player and make what I do count. The Outer Worlds looks to provide that, and it's just a nice way to fill the void that was kind of left after I played Fallout 76. Will it overall play a factor in my hype a month or two from now? No, but right now, it's just a feel-good moment, to tell you the truth. So also to clarify, the excitement for The Outer Worlds doesn't come from the idea of it possibly being what I thought Starfield could one day be, because as I highlighted in my review, I'm very concerned for that game after Fallout 76, but more so, Obsidian is providing me a product that I have wanted forever, it feels like. Ever since I'd say probably Fallout 4. I've just been hungry for that really hardcore RPG that kind of served as a callback in certain ways. When you look at the conversation system, for example, it's very reminiscent of New Vegas, where often games try to keep the flow going. They don't zoom the camera in anymore. They try to keep things dynamic. And I like how there's a little bit of, I guess you could say, added jank to the game, right? There's a little bit of zooming into the character that's talking. It's just a focus on their head. Perhaps I'm old school. Perhaps I'm stuck in the past. Perhaps I'm nostalgic. I don't deny any of those, but just what Obsidian's put on the table here looks like a true evolution, which is something I look for a lot in game developers. We're at that point in the industry where we're seeing a lot of companies take that big leap forward. It's something I hit on in my Fallout 76 review, where Bethesda's really been sidestepping. When you look at Skyrim to Fallout 4 to 76, there hasn't been that big leap forward from them. When you look at something like Tyranny, Pillars of Eternity, to the Outer Worlds. I am very happy to see that the gunplay and overall combat looks to be pretty snappy in the Outer Worlds. This is something that I personally had some worries about, because Obsidian makes great role-playing games, but when it comes to shooting and gameplay, that can be a little floaty. But this actually looked to be a really nice, tight combat system, which was relieving to say the least. But I can't wait to see all the options that are presented to us. This is only the beginning of a great journey, and it's coming out in 2019. We don't have to wait all that long. Granted, it's a decent wait, but it's a lot shorter than I expected. Personally, I didn't think we'd see any gameplay for a while. I didn't think we'd see any gameplay in the actual reveal trailer, but Obsidian really went balls to the wall here, and I cannot tip my hat to them more, because they are providing me with a game that I have dreamed of forever. Let me just tell you what, man, I am so on board for this hype train with the Outer Worlds. It's not even funny. And I'd love to hear your thoughts on this game in the comments down below. Do you agree with my sentiment? Is this everything you hoped Starfield would be? Is this a worthy entry in the fantastic lineup of Obsidian developed games? Fire away in the comments down below. Other than that, follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that, as it fuels all the content I create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.